Morning.
Hey, random question. Is that your kid over there?
Oh yeah, that's my little guy.
It looks like they're trying to beat up somebody else.
Hey, attaboy. That's exactly what I taught him. If someone's messing with him, just figure it out.
Excuse me, what?
Yeah, it's like developing natural dominance.
Don't you think you should like step in and I don't know, maybe help him out a little bit, get him to talk through his emotions instead of beating them onto somebody else?
No. It's this thing called free-range parenting that I read about. You just let your kid figure out all their problems on their own and give them as much independence as they want at such a young age. It's really good for their development.
As much independence as possible. I'm sorry, but where did you hear something so ridiculous?
Facebook, right? Seems legit.
Excuse me, couldn't help but eavesdrop, but I totally agree with this guy. You should totally get involved.
Yes, see, somebody gets it.
Yeah, are you kidding me? My kid would be in so much trouble. That'd be at least 3 months worth of grounding.
Wait. 3 months? That's a bit extreme for a 5-year-old, don't you think?
No, he'll be fine. My dad didn't let me see the sun for about 3 years.
Okay. I mean, geez, you don't discipline your kid like that, do you?
No, not that extreme. We just make him do about 100 push-ups. Everything that he doesn't like, we make him do. Pretty sweet, right? Our little superstar.
100 push-ups. I'm sorry, but like, are you getting your kid to try and be the new Rock or something like that? I mean, how old is he?
Yeah, that could be accurate. He's only 6. He'll be 7 soon, though. And then we'll make him do a lot more training. And we'll take away the video games. But, yeah, he's gonna be a tank.
What are you talking about, man? You're crushing his spirit, his soul. With that much control, I mean, how can he even have any independence?
Yeah, and your kid's gonna turn out to be so great. Hate to break it to you, man, but your kid went from bullying kids to eating dirt. Yeah, some little superstar you got there.
Hey, man, watch it. My kid knows exactly what he's doing, all right? I read on Facebook that when dogs are feeling kind of sick, they'll eat grass and dirt to try and regain that vitamin B. Yeah. I mean, if Facebook said it, then why can't it be true for kids too, I mean, it's basically the same process, same biology and anatomy. Like, their kids are just not so absorbed with all this BS in the news that we adults are. Like I said, just raise them to be independent and think for themselves.
So what you're saying is you just let your kid do whatever they want, whenever they want?
Yep, pretty much. I mean, kids are going to turn out however they're going to turn out. I don't have much control over that. They're like vessels of pure energy, just constantly moving through life on an endless path, and you really can't control that.
I mean, unless you make it into an A-ball.
My point is that as a parent, you're like a platform for your kids that they can just build off of, right? You give them everything so they can achieve anything that they want. Like, you shouldn't really interfere unless they want you to. You know what I mean?
So what you're saying is you just let your kid do whatever they want and you don't interfere and you just give them whatever they want when they want it?
I mean, pretty much. I don't make the rules. That's their job.
I don't know what type of granola, CBD, chai hippie stuff you're on, man, but you're raising a monster. Your kid's never gonna respect you, let alone having a structure. Hey, get off the monkey bars. Arm day's tomorrow.
Yeah, well, at least they'll be able to think for themselves and solve their own problems, unlike yours, pal.
Look, I'm not trying to tell you how to raise that little animal of a child you got over there, but I'll tell you one thing. I'd rather keep my kid on a tight leash than I know everything that he's doing. See, kids at that age, they don't know what's best for them. So we have to give them that early start to success.
I mean, I get the reasoning behind your guys' approaches, but I mean, don't you think you both are being a little one-sided?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, listen to yourselves. You're on totally 2 different sides of the spectrum.
I said no monkey bars.
Let them be, man.
I mean, I can respect it. You both want to parent your kids in a specific way, more or less, but maybe you just shouldn't stick to one methodology. I mean, I don't know your kids well enough to tell you how to parent them, but I don't know, just pay attention to who they are as growing individuals. Pay attention to how they socialize, what their needs are, how they react emotionally to certain experiences and situations. I mean, I'm no expert, but if your kid is eating dirt, maybe you should go ahead and step in and, I don't know, exact a little bit more control and give them an alternative so they don't get worms.
Yeah, exactly. More control is the way to go.
Well, not exactly. High control, although can be beneficial, it can also have unintended consequences. Your kid could be getting more anxious, could be dealing with wanting to rebel against you later because they've always just followed the rules. I mean, come on, prepping a 6-year-old for the Olympics to be a bodybuilder, an extreme bodybuilder at that, is, well, extreme, don't you think?
Nah, not really. Like, my old man, he was hard on me. He didn't let me see the sun for a full year. Why should I like now?
I mean, it's a different generation, a different culture. Our parents were dealing with specific stressors, and that affected how they raised us, right? Gave us a decent amount of stress as kids. We shouldn't be trying to continue that cycle and continue putting that stress onto our own children, don't you think? I mean, I don't mean to pry, but can I ask, what is your relationship with your old man like?
You know, he set the rules and I followed. I did what I had to do to make him proud of me, and that's the relationship that I kind of have with my son. So, you know, we kind of work things out.
So why do you feel like you couldn't talk to him, though, about other things? Why did you feel like you just had to sit and listen?
What are you, my therapist?
Just trying to get the bigger picture, I guess.
Just didn't want to let him down, I guess.
Well, you know, I don't mean to point fingers, but don't you think trying to push this controlling parenting style and being so strict is just kind of continuing the cycle could give you the same issues you had with your dad, with you and your little guy?
I mean, I guess, but I just wanted to make sure he had everything I didn't have, you know, like success, praise, food.
I mean, I get that. I get wanting to push for success, but maybe not go about it so heavily. You could be setting unreasonably high standards and expectations for your kid. It could be one of those things where it results in the same issues. You know, they want to appease you and please you like you did with your parent, but in doing so, they miss out on important learning opportunities of failure. It probably will just not want to let you down, and they're just gonna try to reach super high standards that are relatively unreasonable for their age. Possibly give them confidence issues later on, I don't know. I think that what you're gonna be dealing with is possibly a kid that feels like they can never make you proud enough. Let them mess up maybe. Allow them to be a kid and make mistakes. Let them come to you when they do need help. Give them that opportunity to kind of, you know, fumble and fall, but ultimately get up and be there to help them get up in the process. Allow them to reach out to you for help when they feel like they need it. Don't just try and control them the entire time.
I mean, I guess I see what you're saying, but I don't want to send out those mixed signals.
Alright.
Oh,
Not the tree.
not the tree again.
Fall down.
Alright.
Okay.
I agree with what you're saying, but could like changing a parenting style like that really affect the way that your child thinks?
I doubt it. Kids are adaptable. I mean, come on. They'll learn to either settle down or be quiet when need be, and they can also learn to just, you know, stand on their own 2 feet, be a little bit more adventurous. Personally, that's why I really like trying to follow a more authoritative parenting style, because it combines the structure and the, I don't know, support that a authoritarian parent has, while also providing the warmth and comfort of a permissive parent.
Wow, you're so wise, man. Like the sun. Where'd you learn all this stuff?
Well, there was this really cool class in college about personality and social development, but also just a lot of messing up with my other 2 kids. that being said, I gotta get going. I gotta go pick up my daughter from kindergarten. It was interesting meeting both of you.
Yeah, likewise.
I mean, she does have a point, but on that note, I think your kid's dropping one in the park. Also, hey, no monkey bars. What?
I should probably tell them not to do that. Hey, look into that forest kindergarten program they were talking about. Hey, no potty there. Dude, you're so wise, man. Where'd you learn all this? All right, that's their job.
I don't know what type of granola, CBD, hippie stuff you're on, dude, but you're raising a monster. Your kid's never gonna respect you, let alone have a form of structure in their